Game changers. How exactly do we define those champions on an account? Do they allow you to progress a little bit further in the game? Perhaps they allow you to do entirely new content, or maybe they just allow you to auto a stage you weren't able to do before. So in today's video, I want to go over a handful of game changer champions on my account and how they've been able to improve my gameplay overall, and more importantly, save some time. So let's jump right in. But before we get to that, a quick reminder that I will be streaming tonight on Twitch 7:30 Eastern Time, where we will be doing number 1, summons, probably on my account, maybe on viewers' accounts. If that doesn't violate the terms of service, we shall see, and then probably some epic summoning books in Summoner's Glory. But we're also going to have a very beautiful account giveaway, which is the account that you can see right here. I'm gonna say this is a well account. All right, there's a lot of legendaries on here. There's a bunch more down there, and there is even more, I believe, in the vault. And this is kind of sad here a little bit at the same time, and I feel I need to point this out. That endgame players are quitting the game, right? Endgame players are quitting the game for whatever reasons, I don't know, but hopefully this can help the community here, and maybe somebody can put this account to good use. So make sure to show up if you want to have a chance at participating for this giveaway. It is free to participate. Everybody gets loyalty coins for simply being on my stream, and then you can convert those into tickets for this giveaway. So here we go with the list, and this is not a dedicated build video for each of these champions. Okay, we're just highlighting a few things and how it's been able to change my account recently. We have Rector Draft number 1 with decreased attack A1, a huge heal, and then a revive. All right, so that is really good for number 1, the faction wars. I recently was able to complete for the first time ever on full auto stage 21 due to Rector Draft. All the other champions I've had for a very long time, but without Rector Draft this was not working. All right, so basically here everything is working in our favor, but especially against the second wave where we have those Valkyries, she's able to bring my faceless back alive, and then we're good to go. The second place recently that I've tried Rector Draft, and I really like her, is the Ice Golem 24, which I just showed you guys this build right here, right? So 3 minutes and 11 seconds, not too bad for this team right here. Yes, there is a seer in here, I understand, but Rector Draft with that decreased attack, that big heal, even though she's weak affinity, still works just fine. So here are her stats for the time being, and I kind of just use this set because somebody told me this was apparently good for the arena, but I don't use her in the arena for the time being. But this is what I have. So we have Swift Parry along with Immortal, and here are the total stats. Next up, we're gonna do 2 champions at the same time because they kind of work together, and these are 2 champions that has allowed me to do new content in the game when it was just recently released, but also a lot faster. Okay, so these 2 champions are number 1, Mordecai, for obvious reasons, because of the AoE HP burn. You do not have another reliable AoE HP burn champ unless you use Ultimate Gaelic, for example, or one of the newer legendaries like Sissia, or perhaps the older AoE HP burn legendary champion. So Mordecai, for this reason, is absolutely fantastic. Obviously for the spider dungeon, which we will look at in a second. Maybe we can do a quick run actually to show you guys how all of that works. And then the second one, which is kind of also needed for this to work, is our Shock the Wendarin, mainly because of his passive number 1, but also the AoE freeze. Okay, so let me quickly show that here in the background while I also show you something else about at least one of these 2 champions. So here we are on stage 25. I usually have maybe about 40 to 50 seconds with this exact team right here. Okay, so I'm just going to let it run in the beginning here a little bit so that you guys see how the setup happens. We have Shock being a little bit faster, AoE freeze. You do want to ideally get in on all the spiderlings, or else you might lose, let's say, your renegade a little bit earlier. That would be a problem. We also have our cold hearts to be very fast compared to Renegade. Basically, Renegade has no speed. That allows our Cold Hearts to lap the Renegade, and then we can reset. But that's about to be a thing of the past with the AI changes or fixes that are upcoming. All right, so that's basically it. Then this guy is going to die to HP burn. But here's also another place where Shock the Wendarin is really important for me. Demon Spawn Crypt Stage 21 on full auto. This is also something that is brand new on my account, and these were, it had been a really long time since I was trying to get this to work, and I'm gonna say that maybe Countess Licks here is also kind of clutch for this, so I will briefly show Countess Licks. So let's call this a 3 champions in 1, because this is the only way that I got this to work on full auto for the time being with the champions, however they're geared on my account, right? So we have 45 seconds for that run. Let's go check out these champions. Let's do Countess Licks, I guess, here real quick. All right, so here are the total stats for her. She used to be in a different set. She was for arena. Now she's just for like PvE content, but she's great for arena as well. Okay, so I might get back to that one day, but for the time being, that's not what I'm really doing. Then we have Achocto and Darn. Same concept here. We're kind of just going for stats, really fast, high accuracy, some resistance. I have used him, whatever, in the Doom Tower before, but not anymore. And then we have our Mordecai right here in a lot of perception gear and some immortal pieces with 219 speed. The tuning for all this is kind of important, right? So don't blindly copy this. It might not work for you. The next 2 game changers on my account are arena champions. Number 1, we have Deacon Armstrong, which is in this 10x. I kind of just talked about him. If you have the ability to get this guy, absolutely amazing for this 30% turn meter difference, I guess, with the extra turn into the AoE decrease defense. So I pretty much only really use him in the arena and obviously faction wars. And then we have the other one, which I'll also briefly show here, is our new guy Gimbo. All right, so I did not have a reliable void nuker on my account. I also did not really have a champion that was going to be able to ignores the unkillable buffs. All right, so that is pretty clutch to deal with the Swift Parry sets or like the Skull Crowns of this world. So I built this guy to be kind of like my backup nuker. I still use Foley, but this guy can be that champion every once in a while when I need an immunity champion. Okay, so the way that I built him was to try and address a few things that were missing on my account. So let's try and do a fight. This one right here should be good. All right, so let's let this go here on full auto, see how this plays out. Here's our guy Deacon Armstrong, decreased defense, AoE decreased defense, sorry, but also turn meter boost. We go ahead and strip right there. We do take a counter attack by the looks of it. They do cut in, but then we're able to go and somehow see how strange that is for Gimbo, though. I'm glad this happened. He did not buff up. Why didn't you buff up? I have 70% crit rate. I need that extra 30%. So why didn't he do his A3 first? Anyway, that's a little bit weird, but that's the concept here, to kind of try and deal with these Skull Crowns and whatnot. So great champ, but like he's still not exactly my dedicated nuker. I continue to use, in most cases, Foley. Anyway, so now let's go over their gear, right? So we have our Deacon Armstrong, which is my immunity high accuracy set. I only have one on my account. I think this would be on a Madame Ceres if I had one. So here are the total stats for our guy Deacon Armstrong. 271 speed. I believe I'm still within range of my Arbiter, so nobody can cut in. We have 454 accuracy. Kind of low, but it is an immunity set, so I'm gonna say overall not too bad for my account. And then we have our guy Gimbo right here, which is also in a reasonable immunity set. It's the best one on my account for an offensive immunity set, actually, right? So for total stats, we have 244 speed, which is not too bad, 70% crit rate, 263% crit damage, and again, a little bit weird that he didn't go for Sword Trance. Maybe he determined he had enough or a high enough probability to kill all the champions, therefore he didn't need the increased crit damage buff, but maybe that would have also guaranteed I kill that Arbiter right away, right? So I can imagine this being a problem every once in a while. So again, I don't know why on full auto he doesn't necessarily do this, but overall here are the total stats of our guy. All right, now we have only one more champion to talk about. This is the latest addition to my account. I just finished building him. I did showcase him not too long ago. This is Euros the Soul Cage. Okay, this guy is absolutely fantastic for at least one thing right now, and I quickly built him to do exactly that because it is, number one, saving some time, and that is also freeing up a ton of other champions on my account. I say a ton, basically, you know, a handful. Let's just say it a handful. But this guy has a strength buff, ally protection, and he has an AoE, which will do more things depending on how many poison debuffs are on the target. His A1 will have shield and will increase the damage, the shield value, sorry, by 1% for each poison debuff, and then he places poison debuffs. Anyway, you guys know the kit by now. A great aura as well. So where do I currently use Eurus the Soul Cage? Well, exactly where I showed in the previous showcase about this guy, but I want to show here on my account what it looks like, and I have a recorded run which we'll go over in a second, but basically this right here. And I've been trying other teams to try and make it a little bit faster. I could easily make this faster, probably. If you look right here in the global rankings, you see a lot of people are using Eurus the Soul Cage. Basically, he's in every team for the Scarab King right now, and it seems like the overall fastest teams will have two really solid AoE nukers, which will annihilate each wave. Boom, 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 and then most likely die against the Scarab King, so you can solo the Scarab King as quickly as possible. And the great thing is that he doesn't need to be as fast as I thought he needed to be. All right, so let's go over this run here real quick. We're gonna fast forward through it, obviously, but at least you'll be able to see how it all looks. Okay, so dealing with the waves is the same concept as before. You get hit, you place poisons on them, and you somewhat nuke them as well with that A2 or whatever it is, but basically the poison debuffs are dealing, I guess, the bulk here, right? And that A1 as well, depending on which masteries you have. So let's fast forward. Basically that's it, and then we get to the boss. So in this case, I'm slower. All right, the thing about being slower is that the boss is going to lap you. That's all right. You want the boss to hit you, you're going to get more poison debuffs, therefore you're going to take less turns. So technically you can have less turns yourself while trying to beat this guy. So that's how people are breaking these records. Okay, and a huge shout out again to Voco, who came up with this. Basically, he showed me, we showcased, I replicated, because now I went from a team of 5 champions, fully dedicated champions with Destroy gear, Affinity Breaker gear, really hard to obtain gear. Instead, now I have this one guy right here which can do the exact same thing. It's twice the time to complete the run, but it's still full auto, and it's 100% success rate so far. I think that's what's great about this, that the other team was like, I don't know, 30-40% success rate. It was fast, 2 minutes, but like most of the time it would fail, so that was really annoying. Anyway, now we're done with this. This guy is my new solo champion for the Scarab King, so I can keep farming this guy. I can therefore save more time throughout the day because I don't have to press that replay button more often. All right, so there you go. This is our guy Eurus the Soul Cage here. My record is 43 turns. Let's quickly look at his gear. We went with Guardian. I put together my first Guardian set. This has a heal every turn, 10%, right, along with Immortal, which we get a little bit more, plus more HP. So here are the total stats on this guy right now: 140 speed, 100k HP, high enough resistance. Don't forget you have his aura, high enough accuracy overall, and then that's it. All right, so let me quickly also give or highlight another champion that will most likely be a game changer on my account. All right, I know she will be, I just didn't build her yet. It is going to be Sissia Flametongue. All right, so I was lucky enough to pull her. I can have even faster spider runs, so that is great. You can farm faster. Hopefully I'm able to put together a team that will work. I'm not sure if I have all the champions, but I would assume this is also going to be a game changer on my account, so that will come with time. So anyway, there you have it, guys, my latest game changers on my account. I want to know in the comments below, which one do you have? Which one are you really excited to get? And don't forget, you can always go check out my guides section on the Google spreadsheet right down here, BGE's 2021 builds, which is basically most of my champions will be on here. Once I make a dedicated build video for each of them, I will put a hyperlink in here. You guys can go check that out. We go over a few more things, the masteries, all the skills, whatever, everything that needs to be presented will be in that specific video, but this one was just a quick highlight. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.